Welcome to Patagonia's most spectacular national park, Torres del Paine. Many people come here to spot the elusive wildlife and admire these incredible granite spires from the many viewpoints in the park. A highlight of this great park is undoubtedly the W Trek, named after its shape on the map. The W is a demanding yet unforgettable hiking experience in the southernmost region in Chile. At Vertice, we want travelers to connect with the spirit of adventure we are proud to promote, while enjoying an increased level of comfort and security on the trails. Our operational base is in the peaceful Puerto Natales, the nearest city from Torres del Paine. We own 3 refuges and 4 campsites in the park, and you can stay in 2 of them while hiking the W. Are you ready for a trek of a lifetime? Most travelers exploring Torres del Paine arrive in Punta Arenas, a 5-hour drive from the park, or in Puerto Natales, just 2 hours away. The day before your adventure begins, we'll meet at the Vertice office in Puerto Natales, where you'll receive some useful information in your first box lunch. On day 1, you'll set off from our office in a comfortable private shuttle, crossing Patagonia's vast landscapes. Along the way, keep an eye out for wildlife, including herds of guanacos roaming the steppe. After about 2 hours on the road, you'll arrive at Laguna Amarga, one of the main entrances to the park. Here we'll check in with the park rangers before continuing on the final 15-minute drive to Estancia Cerro Paine. You'll be dropped off at the Welcome Center, where you'll find a small store and an information center. A 5-minute walk will take you to the Central Refuge, where you can leave some of your belongings to lighten the load of your backpack for this first hike. Now you're all set to hike to the most iconic spot in Torres del Paine, the tower's base. Despite the crowds, especially during high season, this challenging hike is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You will go uphill for an hour and a half to reach the Ascencio Valley and go down until you reach the Chilena campsite. You'll then enter an idyllic forest where the terrain gets easier. You'll eventually get to the moraine that is for many the most challenging section of the trail. For a bit more than 1 hour, you will go uphill through a rocky area until you reach an altitude of about 900 meters above sea level. The 3 granite towers that gave the national park its name come into view in a spectacular landscape, with a beautiful glacier lake at their feet. You will never forget that place. You will come back through the same trail to take a well-deserved rest at the Central Refuge or campsite. A full board service is available for both options. The base of the towers is a 22-kilometer hike that takes 8 hours on average. If you want a lightweight W Trek experience, a porter service is available. At the beginning of each day, you can give some of your personal belongings to a team or professional porters who will carry them safely through the trails. After each hike, they will give you back what you need. After the demanding tower's base hike, the Cuernos Trail feels like an easy hike. You'll walk along the blue waters of the Nordenskjöld Lake towards the west until you reach the Cuernos or Francis sector, depending on where you stay that day. You will hike at the feet of the snow-capped Almirante Nieto Mountain and cross a nice hanging bridge. The famous Cuernos will eventually come into view after a few uphill and downhill sections, and you will face them until you reach the Cuernos Refuge. Here you will find a cozy restaurant, a large terrace, and a nice campsite at the feet of the Cuernos. There is the possibility to upgrade to stay in a dorm room or in a mountain cabin. The Francis campsite requires hiking 2 more hours, so the total hiking distance that day is 12 or 16 kilometers, which usually takes 4 or 6 hours. Day 3 is a challenging yet impressive hike through the heart of the Paine Massif, the French Valley. The duration of that hike can vary, whether you decide to hike up to the British viewpoint or not. After leaving Cuernos or Francis, you will hike towards the west to reach the feet of the highest mountain in the region, Paine Grande. At the entrance of the valley, you will find a ranger station where you can leave some of your belongings for a lighter hike inside the valley. You will hike uphill for about an hour to reach the main viewpoint and may hear and see some avalanches coming down the Paine Grande mountain. From the viewpoint, you will get an epic 360-degree view of the nearby lakes like Nordenskjöld and Pehoe. and contemplate some incredible granite spires such as Los Cuernos, Espada, and Fortaleza. You can keep hiking up for about 2 hours to get to the British viewpoint. This natural panorama is unbeatable, with more magical mountains to see such as the Shark's Fin and the Cathedral. You will go down the same way to keep hiking towards the west after the ranger station. You will cross a hanging bridge over the French River and hike through a burnt forest that is a sad reminder of the terrible 2012 fire in the park.
Fire lasted more than 2 months.
You will hike through a couple of beautiful lookouts at the shore of the Scottsburg Lake and eventually see the blue waters of the Pejoe Lake in the distance. The greatest refuge in the park will finally come into view. Welcome to Paine Grande. The French Valley hike has a minimum distance of 18 kilometers, which should take you between 8 and 12 hours. Paine Grande is a popular place for hikers, doing both the W Trek and the O Trek, with a stunning view of the nearby mountains. Here you will find a campsite with a room called Quincho, where hikers can cook, and a bathroom with hot showers. You can also stay in a dormitory at the lodge, with some spacious heated common areas. There is a bar if you fancy a drink with a view, and a casino-type restaurant that offers a buffet with a hypercaloric offer focused especially on those trekking in the park, where you can find protein options, side dishes, salads, and desserts for dinner. There is also an independent dining room for those looking for more privacy. Breakfast is an American-style buffet, and you can either have lunch here or order a box lunch. There is also a mini market and coffee store, and we have a luggage storage service available for hikers. The last portion of the W Trek is a hike of medium difficulty towards the incredible Grey Glacier. The terrain mixes uphill and downhill sections, and you may encounter some windy conditions, as the wind usually blows from the southern Patagonian ice fields. Halfway through the trail, you will reach a stunning viewpoint and admire the vastness of Grey Glacier in the distance. You will slowly go down towards the glacier while crossing another area of burnt forest, where the big fire actually started in late December 2011. You will hike along the waters of Grey Lake to reach the Grey Refuge and campsite. You can choose to stay in a dorm room with bunk beds or at the campsite. Inside the lodge, you'll find some delicious buffet food, but also fresh drinks and pizzas. You will also find a camper's store and a large terrace. About 15 minutes away from here, there's a beautiful viewpoint of the glacier, where you'll realize how fast the ice retreated over the past few years. On that meeting day with the ice fields, you will hike for 12 kilometers, which usually takes about 4 hours. It is a fabulous idea to take an extra day here to go for an ice hike on Grey Glacier and feel how alive the ice fields are with your own feet. You can also go for a kayaking adventure near the ice walls of Grey, where you may spot some icebergs. Another option is to hike north and cross the 3 hanging bridges. This section is part of the O Trek, and it is an epic way to catch some of the best views of Grey Glacier. Every adventure has an end, and day 5 is a beautiful way to end the W Trek. You will hike back to Paine Grande to take the catamaran across Pejoe Lake at 6:30 p.m. During half an hour, you will witness the majesty of the Torres del Paine mountain range. This boat crossing may be the best way to understand how complex and magical this geological formation truly is. You'll disembark the catamaran at Pudeto, where a cozy bus will be waiting to take you back to Puerto Natales. By evening, you'll arrive at the town's main square, bringing your adventure to a close. In 5 days, you will have experienced Patagonia's wilderness and seen some of the most impressive landscapes on Earth. You will have made new friends along the way and gathered stories you'll feel proud to share back at home. Are you ready for it?